India ranked 82nd in the FIBA World Rankings, 10 places below the Syria team they beat in a hostile atmosphere in this arena last night. A really impressive performance from the underdogs, India, as was the case for Indonesia, the lowest ranked nation in this event, getting their win against Kazakhstan. India winning against Syria 74-85. It was on the interior with their physicality that they really dominated. They shot 55% from two, taking 2/3 of their shots from two-point range. And they were really physical in committing 31 fouls in the game. Two of their players for Veselin Matic's team fouled out, but they also produced 15 steals as well as 5 blocked shots. They led for pretty much the entirety of the game ever since the opening score, by as many as 23 points. As for Indonesia, led here by a Serbian coach of their own, Milos Pajic. It was a win over Kazakhstan by a score of 91-82. Many of the numbers even in that game, but it was Kazakhs' misuse of physicality that helped Indonesia get the win. As they got to the foul line on a regular basis, had a +15 in scoring from the stripe. Also shot the ball well from the field, 49% inside, 12 threes at 46% accuracy. There's the starting five for India. Captain Brigu Vanshi at centre with a big job up against Marquise Bolden. Was one of those players who fouled out yesterday. Poster boy of the new era for India is Pranav Prince. Lots of capable performers yesterday. For Indonesia, it was more about a big two for them. Standout player on game day one, Marquise Bolden. Born in Dallas, Texas, had a college career at Duke. Made a handful of NBA appearances with the Cavs and over 3 seasons in the G League. Averages 10.4 points, 7.6 rebounds, 1.7 blocks a game. He had that 40-point-10 rebound game with 4 block shots against Kazakhstan yesterday. Significantly helped though by Yuda Saputera, point guard. Scored 17 points and dished 8 assists. And those key players for Indonesia having to play long minutes. This did Mohamed Nur, a 24-year-old shooting guard. All 3 of those players playing 36 minutes. Nur had 14 points on 4 of 7 3-point shooting, as well as 3 assists without a turnover. So will it be the deeper India or the fewer stars of Indonesia? Get the opening tip with Bra, and really should have had the opening score with Brigu Vanshi. Bra beating Bolden to the opening tip. Does have a 2-centimeter height advantage over Bolden. But Bolden can be very athletic. 3-point shot, Koko Diputra. Well, that's a positive sign for Indonesia to try and add a bit of scoring depth, because he struggled with his shot at the Asia Cup and started to improve it yesterday, and he starts with a 3 today. Bolden grabs a rebound. 3 games yesterday and 1 concluded today. The 4 lower-ranked teams in those 4 games have all tasted victory. An incredibly competitive competition here in Damascus. And there is that meeting of muscle, as for the first time Marquise Bolden looks to attack his fellow centre, Palpreet Singh Barar. puts an early foul on Barra, who fouled out in 16 minutes on court yesterday. Was impactful when he was on the court, but India dealing so well with a red-hot atmosphere in the Syrian capital against the hosts. They matched that energy from the crowd that tried to fuel Syria with their own physical energy. And plenty of talent on top, especially from this young man, Pranav Prince, waiting for the cavalry to arrive. Back to Hafiz. India looking for their first score. It's not been the best start to game day 2. Nice flash, but not the finish though, as Bolden gets up for the block. Marquise Bolden protecting the paint. Vanchi shut down. Bolden now on the offensive end, passes out to the double team. Erga, nowhere to go, past the long limbs of Prince. Shot clock ticking down, turnover. Hafiz comes away with it. And off the back of their defensive platform, India launched their first score. Remember, 15 steals for India yesterday against Syria. 15 steals that went along with 20 fouls, 21 fouls. Very physical indeed. Good, the Putra, the handoff. Erga moving it back to Saputera, the impressive young guard. Bolden gets basket side, just take cover under the hoop. Marquise Bolden with the big time finish. What a bright area it could be for Indonesian basketball, with Bolden recruited. Still only 25 years of age, and the two most impressive supporting players yesterday, Yuda Saputera and Muhammad Nur, both 24. Turnaround 3 in and out. So India a chance to tie or maybe take the lead with Hafiz from the elbow, got it for the tie. Blowout win for Bahrain in the first game on court today. All 3 games were really close yesterday, and now this one has been turned on its head early on as India take the lead. The playing field has been levelled to a certain extent by the withdrawal of Korea, along with Chinese Taipei. Korea were meant to be the strong favourites, given their ranking and pedigree, but you do wonder, given the way Bahrain have played so far, and the way these two competed yesterday, if even Korea could have been upset had they been here. The format of the competition changed from 2 groups of 4 leading to semi-finals and a final to now just 1 group of 6. Round robin, 5 games each. The winners of the group at the end of it take the ticket to one of the Olympic qualifying tournaments next year ahead of Paris 2024. Tough shot to get it over the 2 meters 10 centre Bra. But Indonesia's hustle still leads to possession of the basketball, down 4-0 though. Wide open corner 3. Off the inbound, missed by Koko Diputra. He hit one from that similar spot to start the game. But the points have dried up for Indonesia. Barra steps forward to confront Bolden. Up fake, turns. Can't get it over the top of him. Yuda Saputera. And Bolden, the big two yesterday for Indonesia. Bolden's not quite found his shooting range today. He'll step back for a three this time. Having missed the two, he'll take the three. Right on cue, as if he heard me. Marquise Bolden. A one-point game across the midway point of the first quarter. Three-point shot for Anadu Rai for India. He was the other player who fouled out for them yesterday in 23.5 minutes against Syria at 8 points, including 2 of 2 three-point shooting, and he knocks down another one here. Also had 3 steals. So many players with multiple steals yesterday for India, and they're looking similar today. The defensive diligence of Prince, leading to an opportunity to show his athleticism in the open floor. 6 points the lead. Bolden locked and loaded for another three, misses from the corner. India getting plenty of chances in transition. Slicing and dicing and dunking. Pranav Prince goes high flying, and India go up by 8 points. Full throttle transition attack from India. Timeout for Indonesia, who are now struggling to score. The turnovers and the misses for Indonesia are a concern. It's allowed India those chances to attack in transition so clinically, particularly on that last occasion with Pranav Prince. Indonesia have committed 4 turnovers already in the game, and they're only 3 of 11 from the field, so lots of opportunities to run for India. And they are making the most of them. 8 of 13 shooting for 17 points in just over 4 minutes of play. And they haven't committed a single turnover yet. Saputera looking to do it all by himself in traffic. Bolden backs him up on the boards and gets it kindly off front iron. Eight points out of the 11 for Indonesia coming from Bolden. Trying his best to disrupt India's shots though, but India showing no fear and attacking Bolden from multiple angles in the paint. So 8 the lead again. 3 minutes to play in the first. Saputera off the side step, knocks down the three. Yuda Saputera looking to impress again. To Krishna, 23-year-old point guard. Only played 4.5 minutes yesterday. Shot clock down to the final 3 here. Long range 2 is too long. Bolden the defensive ball. And now a chance for Indonesia to make it a 1-possession game, having trailed by 8. Saputera attacks inside this time, looking to open spaces on the perimeter. His teammate can't do what he did in the previous offense and knock down a 3. Baseline closed off by Nur. Nur then looking to bump his opponent down the baseline, but it's a strong move from Muthu Krishnan. Mentioned he hardly played yesterday. It's an important score early on today to keep the Indonesia comeback at bay. Saputera, hesitation dribble off balance, taking the shot, missing it. They've been hoping for the foul, but pinched back by Indonesia. And Bolden picking up steam and then finding a way to finish. It's double figures for Bolden already. He's averaging 10 points a quarter at this tournament so far. So Bolden has 10 points on 4 of 7 shooting for Indonesia. And the rest of the team are just 2 of 10 from the field. And scoring 6. Well, the lane opens up for the attack, and he's done it again. India finding extra strength in depth through the 23-year-old Muthu Krishnan. Hardly played yesterday, a couple of baskets early on today. Ball high into the sky, shot clock ticking down. Shot short, rebound secured by India. Up by 7, now looking for the largest lead of the game. Sandhu. And the foul, they're looking to lengthen their rotation somewhat here. The 20-year-old 2'11" centre Aman Sandhu in the game. He only played 10.5 minutes yesterday. Part of this event is the coaches rotating, protecting and resting. 5 games for all teams in the space of just 6 days. It's the middle of 3 straight days of games for them. And there's 1 rest day for the final 2 games. Paint packed by Indonesia. Final 30 seconds of the first. There's a 7-second differential. Indonesia won't want to leave India too much time to respond, but they've quickened the offense early here and missed the shot, the worst possible outcome. Now there's 15 seconds for India to take their time. Although Indonesia did have the fouls to give, still have 1 more. So 10.8 seconds to play. In the first, they're looking to create the largest lead with a score here. Prince contested, but converted. The 20-year-old bringing his best again, and India lead by 9. Prince stole the spotlight against Syria last night. He's picking up where he left off here. India with a 25-point first quarter, lead Indonesia by 9. Prince playing every second of that period, had 6 points on 3 of 4 shooting to lead a balanced India approach. Durai on 5 points, and then 3 players on 4. India shooting superbly, doing it even more so on the interior than they were yesterday. They took 2/3 of their shots yesterday from 2-point range. They've taken 17 out of 19 attempts today from 2-point range. They're 11 of 17 for 65% on the interior, 1 of 2 on the perimeter. As for Indonesia, only 6 of 19 shooting altogether, just 32%. 10 of their 16 points coming from Bolden. 4 of 7 shooting for him. Aside from that, they've got just 2 scorers, Koko Diputra and Seputera, who've each knocked down a 3. That's it. contrast, they've been forced to take more three-point attempts than they have two-point attempts. So India pounding the paints, but also that little bit of ammunition on the outside when they need it. They're powering through the paint at one end and locking it down at the other. Points in the paint in that opening quarter, 18-6 in favour of India. Indonesia start the second with the ball. And a fast move to the basket. Scoring traffic from Widyanta Teja. He only played 12.5 minutes yesterday. And we're hearing a bit of noise from the arena now. There will be more and more fans arriving the longer this game goes on, because Syria, the hosts, are in action next. India on a second chance score. Indonesian fans did make a difference yesterday in their game. There's not too many of them, but they're making a significant noise. They brought their team on to the finish yesterday. An opening day win by 9 points against Kazakhstan. But they're down 10 here. They need their fans behind them again. Powerful move through the paint from the 20-year-old centre, Aran Sandhu. India by 12. Teja. Quick step with the baseline opening up, knocked away from Yonga though, the 21-year-old. Indonesia having a tough time right now. It's India and Bahrain who are really impressive over the first two games of this competition. India still with plenty of work to do to join Bahrain at the top, especially when Saputera can shoot it like that, his second three. He closes the gap back down to single figures. Prince, long right arm guiding the ball into the basket from Pranav Prince. He's got a super skill set. Three-point shot again is good. Firing Indonesia back into contention. Yudha Saputera. Back-to-back threes, and it's an 8-point game. And the steal as well, and the willingness to run the floor and get the layup. The spark goes by the name of Saputera. He's scored 8 points in a literal flash. A steal in between as well. It's a 6-point game from 12 down. Prince will take on Bolden. Spinning back though, getting ripped to the ball by the help defense. The bounce pass threading the eye of the needle, and Prince was chasing back and taking everything. And we're going to go to the benches for a well-deserved breather. A chance for myself and all of you watching at home to catch your breaths too.
Back screen, deny against McKee. Nothing happened. Hey, contact, pass to him, immediately continue. Hand off, set the screen, go to the top, pass to the top. Okay, you or you. Stand on the top, baseline out. Baseline out. No safe pass to Matisse, pass to 4, hand off, full screen. Pass to top, double pass. Hey, next set offense, we play 3. We play 3. Let's go, Keith. You go first. No more.
So India 12 ahead to 6 ahead through the excellent work of Saputera. They're led by the 8 points of Pranav Prince, who's only missed 1 shot. But it's the big 2 again for Indonesia. Saputera up to 11 points now. Bolden has 10, all of his in the first quarter. So those 2 combining for 21 of Indonesia's 26. For 8 of their 10 field goals. Aside from that 3 from Koko Diputra that was the first score of the game, and a recent 2 from Teja. They don't have to help out as a third option. There's Brandon Jawato, who's a key player and has been for many years for Indonesia. Didn't play at all yesterday, hasn't played today. Doesn't seem ready to take to the court. So they are short-handed in terms of stars. Rebound Amjot. Sekon back to Amjot, hands it off to Prince. This time he'll pull up just off the foul line. He's showing he can do a bit of everything. Pranav Prince. Double figures for him already. India by 8. And the turnover on Indonesia. Prince now has 10 points on 5 of 6 shootings, a perfect 5 of 5 from 2. Just missed his only 3-point attempt. 2 assists, a steal and a block. And Jot. Stuck too light glue by the defense, forcing the miss. Really good play from Guntara. Gets it back, shy to shoot, passes off. He's in the game to be disruptive more than he is to be a scorer. Here goes Bolden. Hit from both sides, mid-air, and frustrated with himself that he didn't finish for a chance at a 3-point play. Just couldn't keep the handle and stretch enough. But he'll go to the line for 2, Marquise Bolden. As part of that 40-point performance against Kazakhstan yesterday, he went to the line 19 times, made 13 of them. It's not the most impressive percentage, but he did shoot 88% at the line in the Asia Cup last year. 10 points in the first quarter. That's his first point of the second, 4 minutes in. Seven the margin. Make it 6. Sekon, 21-year-old point guard. Veteran captain Briguvanchi. Bra trying to get it back to his captain. Tough pass. Fortunate to get it. Sekon, open corner 3. Can't make it count. It was 5 of 7 yesterday. Sekon. From the field, that is, not from 3-point range. Finished with 10 points. 3 assists, 4 steals, and 1 turnover. So many players for India having multiple steals in that game against Syria. Together as a team. Indonesia having to try and match their intensity here. Bolden against Barar. Important matchup at centre. Bolden takes it with the hand in his face. No field goals for him in the second. Briguvanchi with a captain's contribution from the corner. And India holding the Indonesian comeback at arm's length. Up by 12, the gap close to 6, now back up by 9. Tara. Younger, the 21-year-old, wants it back and gets it. Henrik Younger with the shot clock winding down. Draws a bit of help defense, trying to create space for his teammate Noor in the corner, who was 4 of 7 from downtown yesterday, but misses that one. He is the third scoring option. At least was yesterday, Noor, but it's not happening for him so far today. 0 of 4 from the field, in fact, all of them from the outside. Scoreless so far in 13 minutes. Three-point shot beats the buzzer. And the unlikely source of offense once again for India. Muthu Krishnan does it again. Muthu Krishnan, just 4.5 minutes yesterday, 10 points today in 9.5 minutes on court on perfect shooting.
Without any problem, back screen after that. That is what we are in the phase. You cannot give him, give to the Amjad. We will not make it. Now.
Think you've seen India last night against Syria being as good as they can be, they make you think again. They've added an extra option today in Arvind Muthu Krishnan. 2 of 2 inside, 2 of 2 outside, 10 perfect points, 2 assists without a turnover as well. For a young man who hardly got a chance on game day 1. Joint top scorer today, along with Pranav Prince. And India tie the largest lead of the game at 12. 4 minutes of the first half to play. Stolen by Amjad, not what they wanted Indonesia off the back of the timeout from Coach Pajic. Prigovanshi, he's going to take the 3. Had recently hit one from the corner, but that time he was statically guarded. Bolden has not been able to dominate the interior, but he does get past Paral that time to score his first field goal of the second quarter, taking 6.5 minutes of it. 13 points now, making 14 in fact for Marquise Bolden. His other 2 points in this period coming from the foul line. Prigovanshi down the edge of the lane. The captain's taken 2 perhaps ill-advised shots in a row. Bolden lost the handle on the ball, let it slip. Well, that previous possession when Prigovanshi took the static 3, I'd have liked to have seen him try and find the hot hand of Muthu Krishnan. He did have a bit of space next to him on the perimeter, and that time, a quick drive. It's not really a high percentage shot you want. 31-year-old veteran, 192 guard driving into traffic. He's not an out-and-out scorer, Prigovanshi, but this young man seems to be. He's done it again. Arvind Muthu Krishnan, 12 points to lead India. They have their 12-point lead again. It's gone from yesterday being nowhere to today being everywhere. See Putera. He's been everywhere both days. He leads the way of all scorers with 13 points. In fact, no, he's 1 behind Bolden, so the big two have 27 of Indonesia's 32. They need some help. 5 on the shot clock. Amjad. led by Coco de Putra. Big 2 minutes and change now, particularly for Indonesia. 10-point margin, soon to be 11 or 12, is almost at a tipping point. It goes by 5 or 6, Indonesia in real trouble. If it shrinks by 5 or 6, it's a real game. Big psychological shift can occur one way or the other before the main break in 2 minutes of play. It is a 12-point lead for India. Trapped in the backcourt as well and turning over. The apologetic Mohamed Nur, it's just not happening for him today. There's 14 points on excellent shooting yesterday. Scoreless, missing all of his shots today. Didn't have a single turnover yesterday. Turns it over in the backcourt here. And India stretched their edge to 14. Largest lead so far for India. Comes in the final 2 minutes of the half. Their defense working overtime. Muthu Krishnan with a steal. And then Sekon with a score. Blink and you'll miss it stuff from India. 16 the lead, and Indonesia in danger of complete collapse down the final stretch of the second quarter. That all helped them out. The score for Anthony Urga, 23-year-old who only played 8 minutes yesterday. They need to keep their focus here, and they do get a steal. Saputera said he was everywhere. He's a defender and a scorer. You can't thread the eye of the needle to Bolden, though. That's the problem. And it's only really 2 players that can hurt you. The India defense knows which poison to pick. Saputera and Bolden so closely guarded on every possession. A 50-point half for India. There are the rebounds, and this could get ugly for Indonesia. Batted away. Rather slow it down, but given the open space, why not just give it to Bolden for the quick score? They do get a little bit of time remaining. 24.8 on the clock, so Indonesia get that quick score and will have potentially the opportunity for one more shot before the half is through. They're down by 14. Bolden misses for the first time at the line. 16 points for him. And India, if they're wise, will want to hold this and hope to generate the final shot. They use the full 24 seconds. Not seeing any differential now. So the shot clock turned off. Farah, turnaround long 2, not the best shot. And that will do it for a first half in which India seemed to have seen what Bahrain did in the opening game and said, anything you can do, we can do too. India halfway towards joining Bahrain at the top of the group and producing a half-century of points to lead Indonesia by 14. Welcome back to the Al-Fayha Stadium in Damascus, Syria. Half-time between India and Indonesia. What a performance we've seen so far from India as they look to join Bahrain at the top of the group at 2-0. They lead 50-36 at half-time as they also look to hand Indonesia their first defeat. 25 points each quarter so far for India. As consistent as they were, excellent. A really balanced team approach, led by the 12 points of Muthu Krishnan, who hardly played in the game day 1 win. He's 5 of 5 from the field, including 2 threes. He also has 3 assists and a steal with just 1 turnover. Pranav Prince, who was their leading player yesterday, he's got 10 points. He's 5 of 6 from the field. So only 1 missed shot between those 2 double-digit scorers. Behind that, plenty of support. 6 points from the centre, Bra, who's also got 5 rebounds and helped to try and keep a lid on Marquise Bolden. 5 points for the captain, Brigu Vanchi, as well as another 5 for Anadu Rai, who's only played 6 minutes, hit both of his shots. As for Bolden, 16 points. He is the top scorer in the game, although he's been held to 6 of 10 shooting from the field, 3 of 5 from the line. 6 rebounds and a block. Not as emphatic as he was in that huge 40-10 game yesterday. Uda Saputera has 13 points. 2 assists, 2 steals, but also 2 turnovers. He's 5 of 8, but aside from those 2, pretty much nothing. The next top scorer's got 3 points. 29 of Indonesia's 36 points coming from 2 players. And 11 of their 14 made field goals from 2 players. Bolden the rebounds. As India missed their first shot of the second half. Didn't miss too many in the first half. Shot over 60%. Their attempts coming from 2-point territory as well. Early 3 for Indonesia, perhaps to signal a turning of the tide. Despite all of that positivity for India, it was only a 14-point half-time margin. Almost speaking like the game is beyond Indonesia. They're back with an 11. Far from it. They're all setting the high screen. Little slip and a slide, and then a brick wall named Bolden denying Pranav Prince. And that wall is pushed off on the offensive end to find the free-flowing firecracker that is Saputera. Bolden there looking to disrupt again. It's Saputera with the steal. Those two are doing everything at both ends of the floor. This time can't turn it into points. Batman and Robin out there. Bolden and Saputera looking to save the day for Indonesia. Somehow it stays in India hands. With a series of offensive rebounds, with Bolden unable to grab one on the defensive end. He's got some more work to do here. Shot adjusted and missed. And there he is again, Barat. What an offensive rebounding display from Palpreet Singh Barat. But still no points off the back of it. Stats guys here still trying to tally those offensive rebounds for him. India by 9, Saputera. Well, this time Bolden's tip. Saputera, can he get down to it? Not quite. Prince. 2 young stars colliding, and it leads to a simple score for Muinbek Hafiz. India back up by double figures. What an exciting start to the 3rd quarter, and they get it back swiftly again. Prince hanging but not hitting. Brigu Vanchi offensive rebound. Even when it's not Barat, it's one of his teammates. That time the goaltends. Mohamed Nur attacking. The basket good for Indonesia, and he's still not seen the ball go through the basket more. Missed his first 4 shots, was scoreless until that point, but he gets the points. And the error from the defense, but coming right back. India with a chance at a 3-point play through Hafiz again. What a back and forth, offensive orientated battle it's been in the third so far. And at the end of that sequence, over the first 3 minutes of this quarter, we are exactly where we were. 14-point India lead. Sakutera into Bolden. This time a bit of team ball movement. Mid-range, too good. And showed that they're more than just the big two. Younger, the 21-year-old. Only turned 21 on Monday. Knocks down a shot. He took plenty of them yesterday. He was only 2 of 8 from the field. Barat versus Bolden. Briguvanchi. Barat sets the screen. Briguvanchi attacks down the baseline. Guarded by Younger, and he got it. As Bolden was concerned about the presence of Barat instead. Younger almost dribbled the ball away. It's partially off his leg. Bolden. Nice razzle-dazzle pass for the open 3, but can't make the most of it. Sakutera usually does, not that time. He runs back on defense, shaking his head. Entry pass Barat. This time Bolden's on the perimeter, so Barat fancied his chances up against the shooting guard Coco de Putra, but couldn't get the points. And Sakutera's not hanging around, but still not scoring. Back-to-back misses from him inside and out. Quarterback pass onto the baseline. What a smart move from Anadu Rai. Able to get the score. 7 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks for him now. So many players contributing for India in so many different categories. And the corner 3 for Indonesia. They're getting a bit of support as well. Mohamed Nur, scoreless on 0 of 4 shooting in the first half. Now has 5 points in a flash here in the third quarter. Bolden and Sakutera finally getting some help. Good this time for Anadu Rai. The margin, 4.5 to play in the third. Bolden turns to face Barat, takes it towards him, passes to the shooter with a bit of space in the corner, but no. The shots have dried up now. India clinical on the counter, passing down the floor in transition. Nice score from Sekon. Balanced approach from India, the team approach similar to Bahrain so far in this tournament in that regard. We've now got 4 scorers between 9 and 12 points, another on 7, 2 more on 6. This is the complete antithesis of that for Indonesia. Bolden and Sakutera, the standout too. Not working for them right now, because India keep on coming, and that time they draw the foul. Bolden yet to score though in this third quarter, still on 16 points. Sakutera one behind him on 15, both of them on the bench right now. So this is a key juncture in this game for India perhaps to try and pull away. Two that have contributed to 31 of your 48 points on the bench. Can the supporting cast step up here for Indonesia to keep them in the game. Down 15, final 4 minutes of the third. Guntura, tough shot. India looking to stretch this advantage, turn it over. Yonga, the youngest player of all of them for Indonesia. 3 misses as well for Guntura. Look out, Pranav Prince, he slides his feet, and he's called for a travel. For Indonesia, it's cling-in time. For India, to feel their eyes are lighting up at the prospect of pulling away. It remains a 15-point margin as we go to the benches for a timeout.
Too fast, too fast. We are not ready, guys. We have 3 days on the practice. We are not ready for this. You just need to slow down. Need to slow down. Slow down. Not too much dribble. You steal the ball. Come on, secure the ball fast. Yeah, simple, simple, simple. Alto. Devi. Okay. Hey, we play 2-5, guys. We play 2-5. Crossing. Reza, bundle, crossing, lower, lower.
Here's the message from the bench. Coach Veselin Matic, too fast right now, too erratic. There's not a great deal of control about it from an Indonesia point of view. A little bit of that creeping in for India as well. Two nations who both have Serbian head coaches. Coach Matic for India, Coach Milos Pajic for Indonesia. Coach Matic has been on the India bench since 2019. Coach Pajic on the Indonesian bench since 2021. The margin of Indonesia got off the back of that timeout from Coach Matic, and one. The score for Panda Wiguna. So the pass from Tasia, who didn't play too much yesterday, and the finish from Panda Wiguna, who only played 7 minutes yesterday. He's only played 2.5 minutes today. Might be his first shot of the whole tournament. It's a big three-point play as Indonesia close the gap to 12. Off the back of Coach Pajic's timeout. And then a turnover, a backcourt violation for India. Indonesia looking to show that they're not just about Bolden and Saputera, who both remain on the bench as the team, supported by those vocal fans, try and close this gap. The second unit looking to come to the fore here. Tasia will go to the line for two. Just aggressive play on the offensive end, drawing fouls, earning trips to the foul line. A lot of camaraderie there in the Indonesian camp. And India now have to rally and group together and try and repel the comeback attempt. Indonesia can close this gap while giving Saputera and Bolden a break. They're in an excellent position to try and turn this game back in their favour. They've trailed by as many as 16 points. It's just 10 as Tasia makes both of his free throws. Hafiz. And Jot. Does he throw it away? Last touch off Indonesia. India's character being tested. Muthu Krishnan, the top scorer, the pirouette in the paint. Maybe he wasn't at game-ready fitness yesterday, because I can't see otherwise why he wouldn't have been used. Arvind Muthu Krishnan. He's been superb today after just 4.5 minutes on court yesterday. Player who in World Cup qualifying averaged 9.4 points, 2.9 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and a team high 1.8 steals. Splits the pair. India lead by 11. He leads the way for his team with 13. Hasn't missed at all from the field. So his first miss in the game comes from the foul line now. Erga feeling the three-point shot. Long offensive rebound. Tasia dropping it off. And a whistle and a travel and a turnover on Laguna. And Indonesian momentum seems to have dried up here. 1 or 2 minutes of the third to come. Sekon back to Hafiz. Lots of bench players on the floor right now. Muthu Krishnan. Nice pass to Sekon. Quick feet down the baseline. And he knocks down the mid-ranger over the top of Laguna. Sekon, the 21-year-old, impressing again. Indonesia by 13. New players for both teams remain on the bench, but for Indonesia in particular. Sekon showing his defensive prowess that time, forcing the turnover as Anjo grabs the pass in the baseline area. Can't finish at the other end, puts his hands on his head instead of running back on defense. It was a wild shot. Indonesia hoping to make the most of that. And look at the fourth foul of this quarter on India. So the next one from the Indian defense will send Indonesia to the foul line. 76 seconds of the quarter to play. Indonesia, national coach Milos Pajic doing what they can to make this a game. A key factor right now as they're keeping it close, trying to close the gap with their two standout stars on the bench. Big offensive rebound. They lose it though. Missed the chance at a second chance scoring opportunity. Still time here. It's Erga for three off the broken play. Still no. And those points really have dried up now for this second unit. Ooh, big mid-air collision. Sandhu, flying freight train, the 20-year-old 2 meters 11 center. Guntara in the way, not back down to the baseline. Kind of on the defense. Guntara challenging in the air. Sandhu plowing through, and looking to pick up the points from the strike. Only played 10.5 minutes yesterday. Sandhu, 4 points, 3 rebounds and a steal. Both of his free throws, just 1 of 3 from the field. Played around 9 minutes today. That's his first miss, but they get the offensive rebound. Hafiz, can he grab it? No, Guntara does. Erga rather, and he gets fouled, so now a trip to the foul line for Indonesia, and that's where that foul limit comes into play. That's the 5th foul on India. So we walk down the other end of the floor. Anthony Erga to shoot a pair. Indonesia need each and every point they can get at this moment. Bolton and Saputera have been sitting for a long time. That's the big problem in a tournament in particular, like this, when you've only got 2 or 3 key players. 2 for Indonesia as it stands. They had to play long minutes yesterday. Now they need a break today. They need their teammates to keep them in with a chance before they can return for the fourth quarter. The margin, a stop and a score for Indonesia here would be excellent down the final stretch. India have other ideas though. Sakon into traffic, gets a foul from Guntara. So Sakon will go to the line for two. To take his tally to 10 points. His first trip to the foul line. He's 4 of 9 from the field. India haven't been there too often. They're only 6 of 8 as a team. Indonesia 8 of 10. No problem for Sekon. It's 14 again, and now Indonesia hopes to hold it for the final shot. Surprising perhaps that they don't see Bolden and Saputera at all in this situation down the stretch. They do get the good look for 3. They're not hitting their shots right now. And this would be an absolute heartbreaker. It's well short. India well out in front by 14. Heading into the final quarter. Despite an improvement from Indonesia, despite a break for Bolden and Saputera, they're only able to take 2 off what was a 16-point halftime deficit. That, of course, is not the correct score. You saw briefly there, bottom of your picture, it is at the end of 3, India 69, Indonesia 55. Leopard 13 points in 16 and a half minutes. Muthu Krishnan, who's also got 3 assists and a steal. And 10 points for Sekon and for Prince. 3 scores in double figures now, 9 for Prigrivanchi. And for Hafiz as well. 5 scorers between 9 and 13. As a team, they've shot 53% from 2, 44% from 3. So it'll take something special from Indonesia to bounce back from this 14-point deficit in the fourth quarter. But they have something special. They have 2 special things. And they go by the name Marquis Bolden, Yuda Saputera. Can they make the difference when they return for the fourth quarter? It was in fact a 14-point halftime deficit for Indonesia, and it remains so at the start of the fourth, so an even third quarter. And that's a win for Indonesia in the sense that they gave Bolden and Saputera such a break, but it's still such a long way back. Bolden is back on the floor, but Saputera still on the bench. How about that? From Guntara, the unlikely source, knocked down the 3. That's his first score of the game. He makes it an 11-point margin, and all the focus was on Bolden. And Bolden grabs the rebound, now a chance to make it a single-digit game. Bolden still stuck on 16 points, had 10 in the first quarter, 6 in the second, several of those coming from the foul line, and then 0 in the third. Can he take over here in the fourth? Bolden creating space for his teammate on the perimeter. They can't make it back-to-back threes. They just struggle to knock down their outside shots consistently. Despite that one from Gunter to start this quarter, they've taken as many threes as they have twos, and only shot them just under 30%. Hafiz. Sekon. Bolden with some defending to do here up against Sandu, who wasn't aware. I don't think of the shot clock. Changer. Gunter. Still on the way through. They're really missing Sapu Terra's ball handling ability. Bolden making his presence felt in the paint. Satrio almost dribbled it away. And the teammate somehow. Open three, same spot. Gunter can't do it again. At the moment they're dying by the three-point shot. Just 8 of 28. Still alive in the ball game though. Saputera played 36 minutes yesterday. He's played 22 minutes today, and he's going to come in now for a long, long break. Indonesia will hope that his batteries are recharged enough for the big push. The mark from Sekon, grabs his own rebound. Hafiz with a three, got it with a hand in his face. India holding off the Indonesian comeback attempt. Up by 14 now. The margin the same as it was at half-time. So Bolden and Saputera have 7.5 minutes to do it. Here is Saputera, Bolden trying to run interference. Corner three, off the kick from Saputera to the corner, the pinpoint shot from Guntara again. He's knocked down a couple of threes in this quarter. And cancels out the one from Hafiz at the other end a few moments earlier. 11 the margin again. The spin, not the score, but a trip to the line for Sekon. The big difference here is the ability to get the ball inside and cause damage for India. They've taken 50 two-point attempts, only 10 three-point attempts. Indonesia, in stark contrast, have taken 27 twos and 29 threes. Interior dominance also illustrated by a +3 in offensive rebounding for India. +11 in total rebounding. The gap, 7 minutes to play. Guntara. Saputera. It's the second foul on India here in the fourth. Really got into foul trouble today, India. Committed loads of fouls against Syria yesterday, but used them wisely. Bolden looking to take matters into his own hands here for Indonesia. Hafiz, the flash and the finish. Completely on his own, Anadu Rai offering the energy. Talk about players having to step up on the offensive end for Indonesia. Bolden and Saputera having to do their best. Saputera first to that one and got it after the slip on the defense, but they have to step up. Indonesia on defense as well. They've been slumping a bit. Guntara can't do it all by himself, and he's really frustrated right now. few heads have been dropping. There's a few heavy legs not getting back. 13 still the margin. Moore. Bolden. He's faced bigger opponents today. And he gets it down one. Marquise Bolden refuses to budge. Still determined to strap on his superhero cape. A chance to make it a 10-point margin. And it's 20 points, 9 rebounds, as well as 3 blocks for the game. 8 of 12 shooting from the field, only 3 of 5 at the foul line. They've tried to share the wealth a bit, Indonesia. But sooner or later, you've got to go to your big hitters, and Bolden, the biggest of them all, has scored a couple of recent baskets. He's made it a 10-point margin. Sekon. The floater falls flat. A chance for Indonesia. Approaching the midway point of the final quarter to make it a single-digit game. Saputera, the hesitation dribble, but he misses from close proximity. Doesn't usually blow those. Yuda Saputera. Durai, nice ball movement. India, Sekon for 3. Rebound Bara. 3 fouls apiece now here in the 4th. It's 9 rebounds for Bara, as well as 6 points. He and Sam Dew have done a good job trying to slow down Marquise Bolden. Step in, long range too. He's been laying dormant for a while. Pranav Prince threatens an eruption. His first score in the second half. Bolden takes the long 2 and knocks it down over the top of Bara. 10 the margin, 4.5 to play. 23 now for Bolden. Guvanchi. Haviz for 3, hits another one. Wambek Haviz with multiple 3s in the 4th.
Timeout for Indonesia.
Well, Haviz was 0 of 4 from the field yesterday. Hadn't taken a 3-pointer today until this 4th quarter. And he's knocked down 2 of 2. And India lead by 13.
Help on the 5, be on the level of the pick. Once they hold it, level of the pick. If you pick, easy round pick. Easy. Number 8 is not in the game. No. Number 8 is not.
Play organized. Play organized. Play system. Watch out. Go press. Pass back to going guard. You or you. In offense, organize 3. Middle range. Marquise, take the shot. Take the shot. Hey, keep moving on the outside. Keep moving on the outside.
I've witnessed a beautiful balance in the Indian offense here on game day 2. Haviz scoreless yesterday, 15 points to lead the way today. Into Krishnan, hardly played yesterday, 13 points, their second top scorer. Saputera rather missing. Is it the end of the line? And Indonesia's comeback attempt Briguvanci, the India captain, Barar. Long two, over the top of Bolden. Digs the dagger in deeper. A 15-point lead for India with just over 3 to play. The Indonesian comeback attempt running out of steam, despite the breathers for Bolden and Saputera. Here is Saputera. He can light it up from long range, but not, it seems, this afternoon. Pranav Prince looking to get back door. Long possessions will benefit India now. Final 5 on the shot clock. Captain too long, grabs his own rebound though, Briguvanci. He'll try and upgrade to a 3, Hafiz misses. Having hit 2 in this quarter already. Another offensive rebound, leading to a foul. Gil Singh Amjot taking a whack. Getting a chance to stretch the advantage to the largest of the game. India now have 7 players scoring between 8 and 15 points. Only 2 points in the game. He had 12 yesterday. That's what this India squad seems to have, the ability for anyone on any given day to step up and score double figures. Sekon, Muthu Krishna, Prince and Hafiz in double figures. Several more hoping to get there before the end of the game. 16 ties the largest lead as he splits the pair. Corner 3, they absolutely need it. Satrio can't provide it. Not get a second chance, but Briguvanci tames the wild bounce of the ball. Final 2 minutes. And the long possession will take precious seconds away from Indonesia. Hafiz has his pocket picked. Here comes the role player, Owaguna. He can't score, and surely Indonesia can't come back from here. Jot resists the opportunity to try and put the final nail in the coffin on this near side and just takes his time wisely. Gets some contact on the interior instead. Seen today the impact, the shallow rotation, limited options on offense for Indonesia. I wouldn't say they got away with it yesterday, but they were able to make it work in their favor yesterday to get the win over what we've seen today. Perhaps is a pretty poor Kazakhstan team. So Indonesia perhaps yesterday in that 91-82 win. Some feel they were better than they actually are because of the individual quality of Bolden and Saputera. There's been no match, even with those 2 stars, for India here today. They look just as impressive as we thought they were when they beat Syria by 11 last night. Challenge by Barar, forcing the miss. This one is pretty much in the box. The largest lead of the game at 18. India looking to take it to 20 as we enter the final minute. And maybe beyond. Pranav Prince, they haven't really needed him to explode on the offensive end of the second half in particular. After some good work in the first. There's been lots of players stepping up at different times to ease the burden on others. Indonesia just haven't had that. Anastasia knocks down the three. Makes it a 15-point game. There's only 36 seconds to play. And we'll have changes. Still one more game to come on this court today. Saudi Arabia and the host Syria both looking for their first win. Tip off in just about an hour for that one. It's been a quick game and a comfortable game for the most part for India. We've hit 90 points, up by 17. We've had two really impressive performances today from the two teams who will move joint top of the group at 2-0. They will remain top of the group at the end of game day 2. Indonesia will taste their first defeat and fall to 1-1. India will join Bahrain at 2-0. Kazakhstan at the bottom at 0-2. Of course, in this evening's contest, we'll find out which of Saudi Arabia and Syria can move to 1-1, and which will fall alongside Kazakhstan at the bottom at 0-2. Jeopardy of that situation is that if you start 0-2, it's pretty much impossible to come back. India level with Bahrain at 2-0 at the top of the group in this tournament in pursuit of the ticket to the Olympic qualifying tournaments next year. Indonesia lose for the first time and fall to 1-1. An impressive, young, well-balanced India team win 90-74. Did it with 52% shooting on the inside, 46% from 3, although the vast majority of their attempts coming from 2, 80% at the line as well. They dished 23 assists with 13 turnovers, dominated on the boards, 47-30, 14-9 on the offensive glass, really showing their power in the paint. An excellent balance, 4 scorers in double figures, but 3 more on 8 and 9 points. Beck Haviz leading the way on 15 points, 14 for Sekon, 13 for Muthu Krishnan, 12 for Pranav Prince, 9 for Brigu Bachi and Anu Durai, and 8 for Barar. India with a 90-74 win over Indonesia. Go joint top. Do tune in and join us for the final game on this court today in around 50 minutes time.
شكرا لك، يعطيك الف عافيه وبتمنى كل التوفيق لمنتخب سوريا.